All right, ladies and gentlemen, this video we're going to go over how to replace a serpentine belt on 2017 3.5 liter Acura TLX. Wanted to make this video because when I perused YouTube, I was very much surprised that there were no videos on Acura. There were videos on Honda Accords, and my job turned out to be fairly different. I mean, it's the same principle, but the hardware and a couple of peculiarities along the way made it different enough where I wanted to record this video for you. All right, so let's take a look. I've already installed my new serpentine belt. This is what went on. My old serpentine belt had 92,000 miles on it, and it wasn't in a horrendous shape. It would have probably had more life on it. There are some minor cracks, but recommended interval for replacement of the serpentine belts, that's about 100,000 miles. And I compared them side by side, the old and the new. The old wasn't visibly stretched, however, there was a wobble that was coming from under the hood, and once I replaced the belt, the wobble has at least temporarily gone away. I'm mindful that I could be on the market for potentially replacing serpentine belt tensioner, but replacing the belt was necessary maintenance, and it seemingly cured the little bit of a cold start wobble that I was experiencing. All right, so now to the matter at hand. How is this different from Accord? Well, let's see, where are we? Couple of things. First, I would highly recommend to skip this specialty wrench altogether because this was not a useful tool in my specific case. The tool that I used for loosening the tensioner was a 17 millimeter regular wrench, and by putting it on, there's a tensioner nut there, it allows you the full range of motion. I'll show you what I mean in a second, to loosen up the tensioner, and you have enough motion with either tool to take off the belt, but you will not gonna have enough range to install the new one back on. What do I mean by that? Let's see. This awesome tool, highly recommend in spirit, but in this job it failed for a reason I'll show you in a sec. Here's my trusted 17 millimeter socket, which, by the way, ironically enough, did not come in the kit that came with the lender. It had everything except the socket that I needed. So again, not that big of a deal. You probably have it laying around your garage, but just be mindful. You need 17 millimeters, not 14 millimeters, as the search engines tell you, or the videos for Accord tell you. But here's the biggest surprise that I had. Once you put it on, to release the tension, you have a little bit of motion here, and you quickly run into this electric harness. You don't have to disconnect any fluid hoses. However, you will be able to take off the tension to take off the old belt, and there's simply not enough room to put the new one on. Disconnecting this harness is an amazing pain in the rear, and I would highly discourage you from doing that. You would need to pop off this engine cover, open up the airtight, well, at least tightly sealed dust cover for electronic connectors, and disconnecting it at the connector harness is still a major pain in the posterior. Taking off this assembly, this one over here with 3 bolts, is also highly discouraged. Guys, it's vastly simpler just to use 17 millimeter regular wrench or ratchet that allows you to have enough lever there to put on your new belt. And yeah, that's it. With that, hopefully, guys, you're gonna have no hard time replacing it. I would rate this job difficulty as maybe 3 out of 10, where 10 being the most difficult one. And quick word of additional advice: the hardest / narrower part for reinstalling the belt would be the engine pulley. Of course, it has to fall. This guy over here, you would need to turn your wheels outwards and get in from underneath the engine bay to put on the belt onto the crankshaft pulley, and then onto the, I think it's a AC pulley from there. All right, I'm gonna attach the diagram for the belt routing in a quick moment, and once again, when I looked at the AutoZone diagram, it was somewhat different from what I have underneath. And now you can see the top results that are returned by your favorite search engine for the diagram of 3.5 Acura TLX. ladies and gentlemen, from experience, this guy is not what I had. A cord setup is not what I had. And what turned out to be the case for my engine is pleasantly the simplest one of them all. This guy here. Crankshaft pulley, looks like a compressor, alternator, and a belt tensioner right over here. My hood. Alright, well, thank you guys. Hopefully this short video helped you out. Good luck, and yeah, save some money by doing this yourself. See ya. Best of luck. Bye-bye.